Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are more than footballers. They are symbols, legends, forces of nature who shaped an era unlike anything the sport had ever seen. For nearly 2 decades, they divided the world, two titans pulling global loyalty in opposite directions. One was the magician from Rosario with a left foot that painted poetry. The other was the machine from Madeira with a right foot forged in relentless ambition. But there was one day, one moment in history, when these rivals didn't divide the world, they united it. A day when football stopped. A day when fans, critics, and even the players themselves felt something shift. It was the day Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the entire world. To understand the weight of that moment, you have to go back to the foundations of their rivalry. It was built on opposites. Messi, the silent genius, the reluctant superstar who spoke only with the ball. Ronaldo, the vocal warrior, the face of ambition and discipline, who shaped his destiny through sweat, sacrifice, and self-belief. They met year after year in El Clasico, Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Two teams fueled by history, politics, ego, and glory. Every match was more than a football game. It was a global event. It was art versus power, finesse versus explosiveness, destiny versus determination. For years, they pushed each other to levels never seen before. Messi's dribbles turned defenders into shadows. Ronaldo's goals turned stadiums into theaters of awe. There were fans who believed Messi was the greatest of all time. There were fans who believed Ronaldo was the ultimate footballer. But whether people supported one or the other, everyone watched. Everyone waited for their next duel. Everyone lived for those moments when the camera cut from Messi's quiet confidence to Ronaldo's fierce stare. They didn't just dominate football, they defined it. But the day that shocked the world didn't happen in Spain. It didn't happen in Europe. It didn't happen in a Champions League knockout game or a World Cup final. Instead, surprisingly, it happened in a match that wasn't supposed to mean much, at least on paper. A friendly game, a simple exhibition, a match designed for entertainment rather than competition. Yet, sometimes, history chooses strange moments to reveal itself. It was February 19, 2023. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. A friendly between PSG and the Riyadh All-Stars 11. On one side stood Messi, wearing the PSG shirt, just half a year after lifting the World Cup in Qatar, completing the one trophy that had eluded him for a lifetime. On the other side stood Cristiano Ronaldo, playing his first high-profile match since his move to Al Nassr. It was the last thing anyone expected, a final chapter, a final meeting, that felt unplanned yet somehow poetic. The world tuned in by the tens of millions. People said it was just a friendly. But when Messi and Ronaldo stepped onto the pitch, when the cameras zoomed in on their faces, when the stadium roared with emotion, it no longer felt like a friendly. It felt like fate. From the first whistle, the match became electric. Messi touched the ball, and time slowed. In the 3rd minute, he made a run that looked effortless, as if the grass parted just for him. Neymar slipped him a pass through 2 defenders. Messi took one touch to control, another to open his body, and a third to guide the ball past the goalkeeper. A classic Messi goal. Soft, calm, precise, inevitable. It was as if he wanted to remind the world that magic never fades. But Ronaldo was never the type to watch quietly. Minutes later, he exploded into action. A long ball floated into the box. He leapt into the air, higher than anyone else, and smashed a header that struck the post. The rebound came back to him, and he fired it into the roof of the net. Just like that, the stadium erupted. Ronaldo celebrated with his trademark, Sayuu, and for a moment, it felt like time had reversed. It felt like the days when he dominated the Bernabeu. Then, Messi smiled. Cameras caught it. Ronaldo grinned back. They weren't enemies today. They weren't rivals fighting for Ballon d'Or votes. They were two legends, two old warriors, enjoying the final battle. The match turned into chaos, the beautiful kind of chaos only football can create. Neymar won a penalty but failed to score. Mbappé sprinted like a lightning bolt, leaving defenders gasping for air. Ronaldo, hungry as ever, drew a foul in the box and converted a penalty with flawless power. 2 goals for him. Messi kept weaving through defenders. Ronaldo kept demanding the ball. Mbappé, Neymar, Ramos, everyone on the pitch became secondary. The world watched only 2 men. It wasn't about who was better. It wasn't about the debate. It wasn't about stats or records. It was about appreciating something that would never happen again. 2 icons who elevated each other. 2 superstars who shared a rare, respectful rivalry that changed football's history. They weren't supposed to meet again. But fate gave the world one last gift. Ronaldo was 37. Messi was 35. Both were closer to the end of their careers than the beginning, yet that night, they played like 20-year-olds again. They ran, fought, celebrated, and smiled like kids who still loved the game more than anything. It felt as if they weren't just shocking the world, they were thanking it. The final whistle blew with PSG winning 5-4, but no one cared about the score. No one remembered the goals except theirs. No one talked about tactics or substitutions. The match instantly became a moment trapped in time. After the match, something rare happened. Messi and Ronaldo embraced. For years, fans created stories that they disliked each other, that they never spoke, that they were enemies. But in that hug, in that small moment when the cameras zoomed in, the truth became clear. They respected each other deeply. Because only they knew the weight of what they had carried for so long, the expectations of billions, the pressure of perfection, the constant comparison. They weren't rivals, they were reflections of each other. That moment spread across the world instantly. Social media exploded. Commentators called it the final chapter of football's greatest rivalry. Fans cried. Children watched their heroes stand side by side one last time. For the first time, the debate paused. For the first time, everyone agreed, football was lucky to have them both. But the shock didn't stop there. What truly shocked the world was what people realized that night. The Messi-Ronaldo rivalry had created a golden era that would never come again. An era where every weekend felt like a final, where records fell like dominoes, where greatness became normal. They made impossible things feel routine. They made ordinary fans become lifelong lovers of the game. Without saying a word, Messi and Ronaldo reminded everyone why football is the most beloved sport on earth. Because it gives us heroes. Because it gives us stories. Because it gives us moments we remember forever. Even after that match, their careers continued in different directions. Messi won trophies with Inter Miami in the United States. Ronaldo continued breaking scoring records in Saudi Arabia, proving age was only a number. They no longer shared the same stage, but they didn't need to. Their legacies were already eternal. People often ask who is the GOAT, greatest of all time. Some say Messi because of his natural talent, his vision, his dribbles, his World Cup. Some say Ronaldo because of his work ethic, his physical excellence, his leadership, his unmatched mentality. But the truth is simpler. Football didn't need one GOAT. Football got two. Two legends who pushed each other to heights neither could have reached alone. Two players who inspired millions to kick a ball for the first time. Two names that will be whispered in stadiums for centuries. Messi and Ronaldo didn't just dominate an era, they defined it. And that day in Riyadh, when they stepped on the pitch as aging superstars but played like eternal kings, was the day the world realized something important. We were witnessing history, living history, breathing history, the kind of history textbooks can't capture. Kids in future generations will ask what it was like to watch them play. And we will remember the excitement, the debates, the anticipation, and the moments that made the world stop. The image of Messi smiling at Ronaldo, the moment Ronaldo raised his thumb at Messi after a brilliant touch, the embrace at the end, those memories became symbols. Proof that rivalry doesn't need hate. Proof that greatness can coexist. Proof that legends appreciate each other more than anyone else. That day shocked the world not because of the goals, not because of the match, but because it made everyone realize that the era was ending. And instead of arguing, people came together to celebrate the greatest rivalry in sports history. A rivalry that wasn't just about competition, it was about respect, endurance, and passion. In the years to come, new stars will rise. New records will be broken. New debates will begin, but there will never be another Messi versus Ronaldo. There will never be another rivalry that dominates the world for 2 decades. There will never be two players who change football so completely. Their final duel was a reminder, a tribute, a farewell, and the global reaction proved one thing. Messi and Ronaldo didn't just shock the world that day, they united it. The pitch in Riyadh that night wasn't just grass. It was a stage, a museum, a place where time froze and memories were carved into history. And as the world watched them walk off the field, side by side, something felt complete. Something felt right. Rivalry had turned into legacy. Comparison had turned into gratitude. And for the first time, the world saw Messi and Ronaldo not as two forces tearing opinions apart, but as two legends who built the greatest era football has ever seen. That was the day they shocked the whole world. Not because they played their best football, but because they reminded us why we fell in love with football in the first place.